Morning, guys. Welcome to Coffee Chat. Oh, I'm telling you guys, some days, you wake up and boy, oh boy, the bones don't feel good. The brain doesn't feel good. You just kind of roll out of bed and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm peeling myself off the mattress with a spatula practically. You ever have a morning like that? Boy, I'll tell you what, feels like that one today. But came outside here and I will tell you what an invigorating, beautiful, gorgeous day it is. We had a nice rain and just feels like that Irish Spring commercial, when they would say, oh, how beautiful it is with the guy smelling his bar of soap. It just smells so amazing and it's beautiful. And I'm glad I get to come out here and share it with you. That is for sure right there. Well, guys, reading a few articles today, and boy, oh boy, are these really wild. So apparently there's like 40,000, in fact, in some other places, 90,000 of these government workers that have accepted, Trump's buyout. And Elon Musk going out there with the Department of Government Expenditures, or I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's laughable that they call it Doge, right? I mean, really, when you're thinking Elon Musk. But the thing is this, how obscene have these wastes has just been off the Richter scale of what was been allowed, and on and on and on. And praise the God that somebody has finally got in there and is saying, look, what in the dickens are we doing here with our taxpayer dollars? And so, of course, a lot of these guys, they're thinking, well, I don't think that my program is going to survive the cuts, so I better cut and run. And they're taking this buyout, which I think, hey, you're probably using a little common sense there. That is for sure. Because, guys, it has been nothing but a scam. And how the taxpayers should be absolutely livid when you hear the nonsense, sunglasses for ducks and all the other stupidity. Now, do we really believe that money is going for those things? Come on. That's the ridiculousness of it, right? Whose pockets are being padded? What kind of backhanded deals are going on that you're seeing these billions and billions of dollars for all this nonsense? Truly, it doesn't even make common sense. That's for sure. Wow. And talking about, scams, reading another article of how Americans, get this, are the most scammed people in the wide world. Every kind of scam you can imagine is targeted at U.S. citizens. And by the way, a lot of them become absolute victims of them. The pig butchering scams, where they kind of build you up and get into some quasi-romantic relationship and build up trust over time. Then they get you investing in this, and that, and before long, they fattened you right up, and boy, you're just ripe for the picking, and bang, all of a sudden, you've just been wiped out. That happens a lot, guys. Don't kid yourself. I've actually talked to people where that has happened too, and so you got to be as sharp as a tack. And then, of course, this digital asset space, talk about an actual heyday for these scammers. They will use anything and everything that you can imagine. They literally set up platforms that look absolutely legit, whether they're trading platforms, staking platforms, all this kind of stuff. People get their assets in there and they start doing a little bit and it looks like, hey, okay, then they put a big chunk in and all of a sudden, hey, boop, you can't get it and all this. And I've had clients where I've told them, please do not get involved in these online staking platforms for your XRP, because there's really just nothing, there's no way to verify their legitimacy. And on top of that, you're having to let them hold on to your XRP in order to get that reward. And the reward is just what's on the screen. Try and take it off. Well, I've had clients just not take that counsel and go ahead and make that decision, only to call me back saying they lost absolutely everything. And your heart breaks. Your heart really breaks for them. But it's like, guys, if it's like that, and there's enough risk in this space as is, isn't there? We have seen 500% practically at various times in terms of increases on our investments. Those are amazing gains. Judy and I saw near 100x's at the peak in some of our assets in the last go around. That's 10,000%. Why on earth would I literally get myself in a situation where I'm risking where the risk is way higher, guys, it's because of the whole fear and greed. And they get you on the greed issue. It's guaranteed 30-40% staking. Well, come on. That's absolute hogwash. That should tell you right there how much, what a scam it truly is. But people buy into it. Their naivety, but they use that greed against us, guys. And another thing, these, exchanges allowing 100x leverage. Can you imagine that? And yet a lot of people will go in and they'll do these leverage trades and all this kind of stuff, thinking, well, I'm just going to maximize I'm going to do it quick. I'm and all this and that. I know so many people that have been absolutely liquidated. Took years to build up a position, and in one trade, bang, all of it gone, just like that. And look, this last dip, 2 billion. And in fact, that was only on, I think, one exchange, and the estimation now is somewhere in the neighborhood of $8 billion of liquidations that happened across all these exchanges. And what a scammy wick it was, right? Happened in like one hour, and the next hour it was back up, and all those accounts just wiped out right there. Wow, man alive. And this is where you want to be just as sharp as you can be. Now, a lot of the whole not your keys, not your crypto kind of stuff, right? And we know that. Well, with hardware wallets, they all kind of work the same. This is a question I get a lot. What's the best one kind of thing, and on and on. Everyone has their preference. They all work the same. They secure your private keys on a device that allows you to interact with it with kind of like a smart contract type of thing. And that key doesn't get released. Most of those hardware wallets, they do not get hacked. They get compromised. People get emails that say, oh my goodness, you're not going to be able to interact with your ledger anymore unless you do this and this. And so they go to that link, put in their seed phrase, and boom, they just got tagged. Or they're connecting it to one of these applications, to interact with some deck, some weird, decks that, it's offering, some really great deals. And so they do that, and they just opened up their wallet to be literally, hacked. And I know some solid people, by the way, in this space, really great folks that have actually been hurt that way. And so you want to be so extra vigilant when it comes to that. And listen, know who you're interacting with. Another one to look out for, guys, and I'm just really sharing this stuff as public announcement, is this. The seed poisoning, or the wallet poisoning. And that's where you get these micro deposits. Have you ever seen it on your hardware wallet? You see these micro deposits of 0.00 whatever. And what they do is they put in the first 5 and the last 5 in a wallet that you recognize. Because when a lot of people go to transfer stuff, they say, oh yeah, I recognize the first 5 or the last 5 of that. They don't see the whole address. And so what these guys do, they match the first 5 and the last 5, and then the middle are all different. Then you go send that transaction, and lo and behold, you just sent it to a wallet that really wasn't where you wanted it to go, and you lost it. And that happens too. So guys, there are so many different ways that people are getting scammed, but the fact that the U.S. citizens are the main targets around the wide world in a big way, right there, I'll tell you. And to be scammed by your own government, oh my gosh. Man, I'm alive. I'm telling you, the stuff that they're coming out with, and if I was one of those politicians that approved all that stuff, man, I would just be ducking and running, I'll tell you what, because I think it's all going to come out, and I think a lot of people are going to have a ton of egg on their face, and maybe there might be some accountability. Who knows? Wow, I'll tell you. And that's why they're shooting as many darts as they can across Elon Musk's bow and the people that are actually doing that work, because they're realizing all these deeds are being exposed, right? So what do they want to do? Well, the one way to attack them is to, get the direction and attention on them and all this, and saying, oh, well, the people on Social Security, they're not going to get their check. What a load of garbage. They are going to get their checks, the ones on Social Security and all the, the social safety net and all that kind of stuff. But look, do we want to be paying for all of these things that are absolute asinine? Like, oh, well, whether a worm over there can catch a cold in the ground, and and all this and that, maybe they need to get one of these, and just an utter nonsense that's going on. Ducks, whether ducks need sunglasses, I guess God's design wasn't good enough. I mean, you can't even make this stuff up. Really, you can't. It's truly wild. But that's what's going on. And this is why, guys, look, we need distributed ledger technology. Absolutely, we do. We absolutely do. And I agree. We should be putting the Treasury Department on the blockchain so that there's transparency and accountability. Now, having said that, how many of these various networks could handle that kind of volume? Well, I think one right off the top of my mind that would be really good for that data collection and exposure would be Hedera Hashgraph right there. I think Hedera Hashgraph, man alive, do I ever believe in where that thing could go. I mean, Judy and I have spent a lot of time, researching that. In fact, it's our second largest position outside of XRP. Now, that's not financial advice, but look, we went out there and we really researched it, and I do believe that you can see some of these interactions of these various blockchains. It's not all going to be on XRP Ledger, guys. I mean, there are some out there. Now, I think it's only going to be a handful when the dust all settles. I don't think that these 20, 30,000 plus of these things are going to survive. I really don't. But I do believe that there will be a good, couple dozen of them or so that will really survive and provide, all the infrastructure that this new digital economy is going to need and stuff like that. But absolutely, I think we got to get these treasury payments right on the blockchain so the transparency is right before the American people. And boy, would that ever hold a lot of these politicians and all the pork that they put in all these things, to account, right? At least to the constituents that they say that they really want to represent. Now we'll really see what's going on, and that's something I would support for sure. Mm-hmm. And another one, of course, would be, when we go and cast a ballot and stuff like that. That right there, wow, have you ever seen a blockchain use case and necessity? That would be it for me right there, I'll tell you what. Well, guys, one thing's for sure, like I said the other day, in this space, you can call it anything but boring. There is so much going on. It is truly wild. And I'll tell you what, boy, are we ever keeping our ear to the ground and just listen to what's going on behind the scenes. And I think some major news is going to be coming out with respect to this whole space and the clarity that we're getting and the legislation is going to be passed. I wouldn't doubt it if we heard some new executive orders being signed where there's no capital gains on American issued digital assets and on and on and on. It is going to be stupendous. What an absolute ride, guys, to be sure. Anyhow, I'm sure hoping you're having an amazing, fantastic day until later on when we'll have another amazing video for you. Have a great one and take care.